Oh, welcome, stranger. Take a seat. I was just preparing to entertain those present here at the inn. I will retell the story of our world, but I warn you in advance. Don't expect sweet talk and happy endings. Everything in this world has consequences, whether good or bad. For example, discreetly look behind me. There you can see the two dwarfs playing a game called Might of Luck, which is a card game where you roll dice. One of them cheats and goes to roll the so-called critical roll. If he succeeds, which will happen because he's cheating, will win the bet they made, which is all the wealth they have, including their lives. But he doesn't know that I cast a spell on him that cancels his cheating spell. So he fails the critical roll, and therefore, according to the rules of the game, if you fail to roll the critical roll correctly, you automatically lose. So here's some life advice. Never cheat in games, and don't rely on a critical roll. Everything has its consequences, as I said before. But enough of looking at the critical roll. Let's take a look at our mysterious and wonderful world.
In the beginning, there was nothing. Only darkness and light, which competed against each other for so long, until the moment when the Creator was born. The creature that knew how to conquer and control everything material and immaterial. He had enough power to put in a competition of darkness and light into stability by creating his entire universe, where he gave darkness the form of black matter and light the form of shining stars. The Creator was the only one in the entire universe where he was wandering through and took care of the stars and black matter to keep it in balance. Thousands of years passed before his eyes, faster than the blink of an eye. Over time, he began to feel lonely, sad, traveling through space and watching over the bones stopped fulfilling him. Liver and liver, var and dar, Emma and Ak. Were his first words that he uttered and created the blunt and the love on it, full of beings like dragons, elves, dwarfs, orcs, people, and many others. The world called Athea grew in beauty. Over time, the first villages and towns began to be built. The first religions, laws, politics, the entire structure and functioning of countries were created. Whoever the most skilled and the strongest corrupted all. Whether it was Antonio or Loring, the Abmalir glowing gold forge, Gramkiabla, Harriet Artoramund, or Borg Muria. Individual races got to know each other and build relationships of love, hate, or business with each other. Through interbreeding and magic, new races began to emerge, which over time spread out into the world, or mystical creatures about which legends were told. Along with the newly created world Athea, he also created other creatures that he took as his children. The only wanted to take care of Athea again. Years passed and his children grew, but along with the love they created out of them, hatred began to be born. Greed and desire for power took control of the arts. Together, they conspired against the Creator and would cast him into oblivion. From that day on, the Creator's children called themselves the highest creatures that rule the entire universe. But they rejoiced in the victory for a short time, because greed and pride once again took control of the arts. They began to compete among themselves, who is the most powerful among them, who will be the main one, who will rule everything. The arguments resulted in several thousand-year battle that caused the Battle of Erebos and Athea. The inhabitants of this world could not stand this period. Desperation drove them to a world conflict. Everyone in the world rotted, raped, murdered. Millions of creatures lost their lives. Until the moment when the conflict between the highest and weak. Tired after several thousand years of war with hatred for each other, everyone flew off to their own road, which they ruled. After a long time, a peaceful period reigned on Athea. Natural disasters, diseases disappeared as well as the world conflict between all creatures. Greenery began to grow, animals grazed, and therefore food was once again available to everyone. Hunger was no longer a daily concern. Everything seemed fine, but not for long. Countries began to reform and disappear. Some mountains began to crumble. Forests dried up. So many good places lost their charm. The others disappeared completely from the face of the earth. New mysterious beings overcrewed and greedy seized power. Strange things began to happen, such as disappearance of individuals or even entire races. Some experienced frequent deja vu. Corruption and underground gangs prevailed in big cities. Since people were terrified, fear reigned throughout the country. And in order not to create a second period of chaos, influential people began to invent legends and fables that calmed the population and gave them hope for life. They sang of Cremen, goddess of land, Europia, god of the sea, Themis, goddess of souls, Erebos, god of music, and Icarus, god of dreams, who would be defeated by the chosen ones and balance would be restored. In time, therefore, they got used to this new period and called it the period of Erebos and Lunastera. Because where there is darkness and evil, there must also be light and good. But whether It is the land of green forests with rivers and mountains, blue seas full of green islands, dry orange deserts where sun shines the warmest, crowded cities full of music and entertainment, noble white skies full of loneliness. Each of these places will never see peace from the tyranny of the ice. Until the chosen ones are born, will rise up and rebel against them.
Athea is a world full of mysteries, where love and hate, good and evil, right and modesty reign. Fantasy has no limits here. It is a world waiting to be discovered and for its chosen ones. The only question is, will they be worthy of their mission and bring love and light back? Or will hatred take hold of their hearts and darkness consume them all forever and ever?